Yo, what's up, YouTube family? Back on the 63 on a Friday. And yeah, so we're picking up where we left off in the rear area on the trunk. Um, Finally sanded it out 100% now with the first grade of sandpaper. I opted for 1500 to start. Now I'm gonna go over it with 2000, one light pass, another light pass with 3000, and then just for good measure, 5,000 grit. So that still sounds like not much, but it's quite a bit of work as I have to do this entire area. But I'm gonna get started on it right now. And the idea is to complete that task and then buff, okay? So again, I'm gonna sand all of that out, top of these quarters, that middle piece between the window, the trunk, and the same on the other side with progressively finer sandpaper. That should already start to give it a decent polish. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use the Wizards turbo cut compound and the wool pads on the rotary buffer and see what we can make happen. Yep, so that's the plan. Give me a few minutes, guys, because for you guys it'll be like instantaneous, but for me, who knows, it might be an hour or more in between here. So let me get ready to buff, and I'll come back to you guys in a few. Not buff, let me get ready to continue sanding, and I'll come back to you guys in a few. All right, wish me luck. Peace. All right, guys, so after much sanding, we're back. Pretty much the whole rear area here, the top of the quarters, etc., have been all sanded out to 5,000 grit. I spent more time on some places than others, but overall I think it's good enough, you know? So I'm at a point where I'm ready to give things a try. I got the wool pad queued up on the buffer, getting ready to break out the Wizards compound and see what happens. Yeah, so this is gonna be the moment of truth. Hopefully we have no more problems and this thing just buffs out beautifully. If so, that'd be great. We would have had made excellent progress, and then we can move forward to the passenger fender and passenger door. Once those are done, we're pretty much smooth sailing in the clear to start reassembly. Although I still arguably need to do the lower quarter on the driver's side. But we'll see. If all goes well with here, I'll just grind it out and finish everything. And like I said, I may even do some more work on the hood. But hang tight. Let's see what happens with the buffing, guys. Be right back. All right, guys, so we just gave this thing a preliminary first pass with the buffer and the wool pad and the Wizards compound. And I mean, not too bad. You know, I think it's better than our previous attempts. It still needs to be gone over quite a few more times to get the polish to really soak in. But I think at this point, I'm gonna switch over to the Meguiar stuff and the foam pad. Because the wool pad, you know, after a while, they start to clog up like and get all ratty. And you need to clean them. I have a couple more, but I don't want to use them all on this particular part of the car. So saving the other two for now. I think it did what it was supposed to do. I don't see the ton of scratches, but I more so see like swirl marks. But no big deal, you know, it's nothing too unsightly. Once we finish polishing it up, we'll see how it looks. So without further ado, we'll hit the pause button again. I got the blue foam pad in place. And yeah, we're gonna try some of the Meguiar's Ultimate Compound. See what that does for us. And I'll bring you guys back in a few. Hang tight. All right, guys, here it is after buffing it with the Meguiar's Ultimate Compound. Seems like it's got the full luster now. Still want to go over it a few more times. But all in all, it's an acceptable finish. Yep, so I'm gonna go over it a couple more times. One more time with the blue pad, and then I have a black pad I'm gonna switch to. That's more so for polishing. But you know, I just want to give the compound a chance to kind of absorb back into that clear. 'Cause, you know, you get a couple of blotchy spots here and there when you don't get full coverage. But all in all, it's looking good. You know, there's some fine swirls, but no major scratches. You know, like I said, we'll try make it as good as possible, but overall, this is pretty much the final finish. Now I'm gonna start to reassemble stuff in the back here, the cove panels, the emblem, etc. And yeah, man, we'll take it from there. We'll keep moving forward. We'll move on to the fender and the door on this side. Get those panels done. You see from a distance, it really, really looks good. Just up close, you know, some of the little fine scratches bother me a little bit, you know, so that's why I'm gonna continue buffing on it a little bit, but done sanding it. I'm all sanded out now, so except for the panels I didn't sand yet. So last two panels I'm gonna sand is this door and that fender. I don't know why, I feel like I maybe sanded this door, but I can't remember. Just to be safe, I'll go ahead and give it a light sanding. And we'll buff on that fender and that door, and then we can start putting the rest of it together. All right, that's where we're at. You guys let me know what you think. I think it's okay. The jury's still out for me on this Wizards compound and this wool pads. We'll see. I'll give it another test with a fresh pad on the hood, see if it takes out any little scratches that are there. Here, I think most of the scratches that were removed is because I went all the way to 5,000 grit, you know. And the only thing I really see is the swirl marks got introduced by the wool pad. But you know, I'm no expert. Whatever. Like I said, once again, not a show car. And if it comes down to it, I'll flow coat the whole damn thing in the spring. You know, and try again when I have more energy to sand on it. But no, I mean, this is fine for what I'm trying to do. You know, this is good. This is definitely presentable. I can pull up and feel proud once the car is together. So that's all I really need. That's it for now, guys. I don't know if there'll be another part to this video, but I'm gonna keep working and potentially add some more on the back end. So stay tuned and stick with me. Motor City Customs, out for now. Yo, all right, guys, that's there. I'm all tongue twisted, but what I'm trying to say is there it is. Buffed them out. Did it come out perfect? No, but came out pretty good. Shines up pretty nicely. Turn this light off and see if it helps. It shined up pretty nicely. There's still some, you know, little swirl marks and some minor scratches, but overall looks pretty good. I still need to go over it with the polishing pad and another compound, and I don't know, maybe that'll make it look even better, but as of right now, it's good enough, you know. It's good enough for the moment, and we'll just continue to move forward from here. Because like I said, we can't end up spending all our time just sanding on the trunk, you know. At the end of the day, the plan is not to go too crazy with it, right? It should be as close to perfect as possible, but you know, I'm for sure not gonna get it perfect. So it's very streetable, I would say. It's gonna look great going down the road. I can pull up somewhere and park and it's still gonna look good, you know. But it's just not, I would say it's not a show car finish, but it's a really presentable finish. So with that said, I'm gonna I'm gonna go ahead and get the polishing pad out, polish the back end, and we'll see what happens there. Maybe I'll do a quick clip there to show you the little difference from that. And then I'm gonna move on forward to this door and this fender. But what I've decided I'm gonna do is only this top section. So from here to this body line, because everywhere down is pretty good. And this top piece, same with the fender, here to here. And that's gonna be it, you know. I'm gonna sand and buff that out. I don't know that I'm gonna get that done today, but for sure I should be able to get to that part tomorrow. But I'm really gonna try. Like I said, it shouldn't take me too much longer to get the polishing pad out and polish up this back end of the car, and then move forward to that little section on the door and the fender. So I'm gonna do my best to get that done today, so that come tomorrow I can spend more time doing other things on the car, you know, maybe assembly or something. But there it is. That's it for now, guys. Just a quick update so you can see all the steps I'm taking, or the results of the steps I'm taking, because I'm not really filming it live, but you get the idea. You guys have already seen me wet sanding and buffing already. It's just more of the same with a couple different compounds, trying to find that perfect combination. So I would say the jury's still out. I haven't found that perfect combination, but it looks real good. To be honest, it's just the iPhone. The view on the phone looks a lot different than the view in person. When I look through the phone, I can more so see a lot of the scratch marks or whatever, but when I look at it with the naked eye, man, it looks really good. Anyway, let's polish on it and see if any of those fill in and clears up on the iPhone too, because shit, we want it to look good in both. But there we go. That's the little status update, and I'll keep going. Probably if I polish on it, you know, for another hour or something crazy like that, go over it like 5 more times with the compound, it'll probably take out all those scratches. But we're gonna save some work for later. We're just trying to get it to a very presentable state, and then we can get back into it in the spring. Okay, we're just getting the main work done now. That's it, guys. Let me go ahead and polish them up, and we'll come back to you in a minute and show you the results. Stay tuned. Peace. Okay, all right, so I wiped it off a little bit with the cloth. So you can see by that pile on the back there, all my microfibers are all dirty and wet now and whatnot. And for this kind of stuff, you kind of need a dry cloth. So I got one semi-dry one left that I'm using. But so that finishing compound, it did something, you know. It gave it more of a shine. It's a real watery consistency. Maybe it has more wax or something in it, I don't know, but it did something, you know. It did a little something. Again, you know, this is not A1 perfect, but it's shining pretty damn good to me. And I would say if you were here and you were able to see it, you would really say, damn, that looks good. So, you know, just got to take my word for it. The camera only does so much, you know, but all in all, not bad at all. So, I mean, there's a couple of spots I wish I would have sanded a little more, but, you know, I'll just come back to those later. I'm not going to keep pointing out every little imperfection or flaw that I made, because, you know, people do a good enough job of finding that stuff on their own, you know, so, but yeah, not bad, if I do say so myself. So with that said, now I'm gonna call this done for now. This is good enough for the back part of the car, and I'm gonna progress onwards to the door and the fender. So there we go, guys. Made some progress. Couple days coming, a lot of time and effort into it, and yeah, overall it's good, you know. It's good. Okay, that's it for now. Let me hit the pause button, and I'll come back to you guys a little bit later, or maybe even another day. So we'll see, you know. Yeah, I'll come back to you. Hold tight. Peace. Yo, okay, guys, so we're back. And I got the top part of the door sanded and top part of the fender sanded. I'm opted not to do the lower portions because they actually look good and very minimal orange peel, minimal trash. So no sense in doing no excess work if we don't need to. So I'm just getting ready now to grab a hold of the buffer, polisher, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to buff out these panels. And yeah, I'm pretty happy because I was able to get this back piece done. I can't remember if I showed you guys or not. I did a little more polishing on it with the, what do we call it, some McGuire's. I forget what it's called. Some kind of finishing polish or something of that nature. Shined up really nice. Shined up really nice, but you know, I'm still gonna go over it a little bit more. But it's just the, what do you call it? It's polished to the level to where I can now reassemble the car. Let's say it like that. So on that note, I'm gonna completely finish by doing this door and this fender, hit them with the buffer real quick, and yeah, then I can start putting stuff together. You know, I was thinking too, I might just throw the headlights and the grill in here and finish cleaning that overspray and stuff off while it's on the car. You know, it's probably easier. Right now I got it sitting on a chair in my lounge area, and that's not really the best. So yeah, I think I might just slap it on the car. But anyway, tomorrow I'm thinking it's gonna be more so a day for reassembly. I'll start putting some trim and stuff on the car, and we'll start to see it come together, and we can look at it a little bit better. I think it's gonna rain tomorrow. It's at least a 20% chance. So I don't know, if we get lucky and it doesn't rain, I wanna be able to pull it outside and look at it in the light so we can all look at it together. That's always a scary thing when you do that for the first time, to see if anything was missed or, you know. But it's a good thing to do too, right? Because if something was missed, I wanna see it, and I wanna then be able to focus on it and get it corrected. But all in all, things are good. Yeah, sanded that little piece out, and let's buff it up, and it should look better than it did before. All right, guys, let me shut my mouth, hit the pause button, and do the work. Be right back. Yo, we're back, YouTube. So not only was I able to sand out the upper part of the fender and the door, I also got a quick buff in on it. I need to buff it some more, but at least for the sake of today and today's video, I can at least show you that I did that. Got that part done, and man, came out pretty good. The top of the fender needs some more work. It's a little light on compound. I need some more compound. And I wiped the hood off a bit, but yeah, start to try to clean the car up and take some of that old sandpaper and all the microfibers and stuff, move those out the way. So when I get here tomorrow early, my plan is going to be to go over everything, probably with the exception of the roof, with another light buff, and then I'm going to use the polishing pad and try to polish the whole car. That might take a good couple hours, but I want to do that just for my own mental, you know. So I'm gonna get that done, and then I'm gonna start putting stuff back on the car, because for the most part everything is good. You know, I kind of got to correct that. I do have this fender here where I'm on the fence about what I'm gonna do. Honestly, I can't remember. Did I sand this door, guys? I'm gonna have to go look back at the videos, but I think I might need to do the same thing. Sand this top part of this fender and the top part of this door, but I'm gonna leave it alone for right now. What I really wanna do is probably buy that denibbing tool and just get this little clear coat nib off and not sand it. But I do wanna sand the top a little bit more. I know I sanded the top of this fender, but there's this one spot that could use a little bit more work. So I don't know, but whatever. I'm just getting way off topic. Well, not off topic, but off base. I don't think I'm gonna do all that tomorrow. What I wanna do is get to putting the car back together, make it start looking like a car, put the fender badges back on. The hood trim, the hood ornament here, the old one that was on there had, you know, was broken. So I don't know if I'm gonna put that back on. I need to buy another one, but it's close to $200 for that part. and I can't buy it right now, so I gotta wait a few days, or I don't know. I don't really need it anytime soon, honestly, so I might wait a while before I buy that. But somewhere, I gotta look when I get home, but I'm pretty sure I got a brand new set of door handles. So I think I had a whole door lock, ignition switch, kit, all that stuff. I gotta try to dig out some of those parts because I'd like to put those new parts on there. Some of the trim and stuff that I bought the other day that's in that box, the side trim, I'm gonna start snapping that stuff on. We'll get the rear cove molding back on here with the tail lights back in place, and like I said, hopefully the headlights and all that stuff will get back in, and then it'll start looking a lot more like a car, you know, and we can really appreciate where she's come from, you know, from when she was looking rough to where she's now looking nice and shiny, ready for the road. So I'm happy right now. It's been a long time coming to get to this point, and we've got it here. So let's keep our fingers and toes crossed that come tomorrow, we continue to have luck on our side and things come together seamlessly, and we get to really start to see the car come to life. So at this point, I think we're done for today, Friday. What's today? October 11th, 2024. Putting in work on the 1963 Impala project here in the state of Michigan, city of Detroit, aka the Motor City, right here at Motor City Customs. I'm your host, Shawnee C, and I'm the one bringing you all this Chevy goodness. If you like it, man, please hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and consider joining the channel as a member. I recently adjusted the membership so you can get on board for as little as $1 a month. So sign up, you get exclusive access to members only videos and content in general. There's a couple out there, but the membership, I did a reset on it, so I lost all my members. I had like 9, and now I've been at 0 for a while. But once a few of you guys sign up, I'll start pumping out some fresh member only content. All right, so consider all those things and continue to support the channel. Stay tuned, guys. There'll be more to come. We're out of here. Peace.